A soon-to-be-released book by veteran Washington journalist Bob Woodward is offering a remarkable and shocking look at what President Joe Biden really thinks about some of America's closest allies. Example one, Woodward quotes Biden as calling Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a bad guy, a quote, bad effing guy. But Netanyahu isn't the only world leader to earn Biden's wrath. The book War was obtained by CNN ahead of its release next week. It was obtained specifically by CNN special correspondent Jamie Gangel, who joins us now. Wow, some of these revelations. Here's the book.
And I'll lend it to you.
This is a treasure trove of revelations. I'm not like exaggerating here. My jaw dropped in some of the anecdotes in here.
You know, Bob Woodward is still bringing the receipts after all this time. The book is based on confidential documents, notes, transcripts, firsthand accounts from participants. It is an unprecedented look behind the scenes at Joe Biden, unfiltered, profane. He likes to drop the F-bomb. We really learn how leaders and top U.S. officials speak to each other and about each other behind the scenes. But there's also some notable news about Donald Trump in this book. There are new details about former President Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin. Specifically, the book reveals phone calls never before revealed between Trump and Putin, including a verbatim conversation where they discuss that Trump secretly sent to Putin scarce COVID testing machines for his personal use. This was at a time during the height of COVID where everybody wanted one of these. And we actually have, Woodward has the conversation between Trump and Putin in the book. Here's what they said. Putin, please don't tell anybody you sent these to me. Trump, I don't care, fine. Putin, no, I don't want you to tell anybody because people will get mad at you, not me. They don't care about me. Woodward also writes that a top Trump aide, Pamela, told him that Trump had as many as 7 phone calls with Vladimir Putin post-presidency since he left office. We do not know what the content of those calls were.
Fascinating, but just the fact that he obtained the transcript, like you said, bringing the receipts. There are also several extraordinary scenes between Biden and Putin in the lead up to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Tell us about that.
Right. So Biden and his national security team, Woodward writes, obtained this treasure trove of intelligence. They call it the crown jewels. It even includes a human intelligence source inside the Kremlin, the most sensitive source. And what Woodward writes is what they knew were the exact battle plans, everything about how Putin planned to invade Ukraine ahead of time. You also hear, again, unvarnished, what President Biden thinks of Vladimir Putin. Here we go. He says, quote, that effing Putin. Putin is evil. We are dealing with the epitome of evil. So you're in the room behind the scenes as all of these things are unfolding.
And bring us into the scene when Biden boils over with anger against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right. So there are actually a lot of these scenes. So publicly, of course, we know President Biden has been a staunch ally of Israel, standing behind Israel. But you really see how after October 7th, as the war in Gaza escalated, intensified, Biden loses his temper. He says he's furious with Netanyahu, and he says to an aide, quote, that son of a, you can read it on there, Bibi Netanyahu, he's a bad guy. He's a bad effing guy. He doesn't give a about Hamas. He gives a blank only about himself. He's an effing liar. 18 out of 19 people who work for him are effing liars. And Biden actually, there are scenes in the book that are extraordinary where Biden confronts Netanyahu directly. So here's a conversation between Biden and Netanyahu. Biden, Bibi, what the F? You know the perception of Israel around the world increasingly is that you're a rogue state, a rogue actor. Netanyahu, we saw an opportunity and we took it. This was about going after a terrorist leader. The harder you hit, the more successful you're going to be in the negotiation.
Wow. And also the book, we should note, is full of personal moments too, right?
There are some extraordinary scenes. You see a scene where Hunter Biden is talking about his legal troubles with his father. There are quotes in it. And there's a notable scene that I believe is going to get a lot of attention in which President Biden says he regrets picking Merrick Garland as his attorney general. We have that scene. Biden is quoted as saying, it's missing here on my screen.
Should never have picked Garland.
Should never have picked Garland. This is never going to effing go away. On a lighter note, just to end quickly, you can never have too many telephones. There is an extraordinary scene where Senator Lindsey Graham is meeting with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, MBS. They say, let's call Trump. And an aide brings over a bag of 50 burner phones,
oh my gosh,
each one labeled for a different person. There's a Trump phone, there's a phone marked Jake Sullivan. Some people have a lot of phones.
I agree with that sentiment as a reporter.
There you
never
go.
have too many phones. And we should note that Trump campaign communications director Stephen Chung released the following statement responding to the revelations, quote, "None of these made up stories by Bob Woodward are true and are the work of a truly demented and deranged man who suffers from a debilitating case of Trump derangement syndrome. President Trump gave him absolutely no access for this trash book that either belongs in the bargain bin of the fiction section of a discount bookstore or used as toilet tissue."
It hit a nerve.
I would say. Jamie Gangel, thank you so much.
And Larry, I want to ask you about this new reporting from Bob Woodward. And CNN has some tidbits from his new book called War. It's coming out in the coming days. And we talked about this earlier in the program. The legendary journalist is revealing what Joe Biden has said about world leaders. But he's also revealing that Donald Trump has had, quote, as many as 7 private conversations with Vladimir Putin since leaving office. The book also details a secret shipment of COVID-19 testing equipment that Trump is alleged to have sent to Vladimir Putin for his personal use during the height of the pandemic. Again, that is all according to Bob Woodward's book. The campaign is saying that these are made-up stories. They call Bob Woodward, quote, demented. Larry, what's your response to all that? And I guess the question that I have is, how unusual is it to have a former president talking to Vladimir Putin that many times, if that's true?
Well, I wouldn't say it's shocking. Really, I don't think anybody's shocked. Of course, he has been talking to Putin. They are in many ways two of a kind. As far as providing the COVID testing equipment, I just hope all the nursing homes got as much treatment. But beyond that, look, Bob Woodward is not demented. I talked to him not that long ago, and I think his mind is in much better shape than Donald Trump's. So I would be inclined to believe a lot of this. I've only read your account of it, CNN's account of it, so I can't vouch for everything. But boy, it's interesting. Everything he got there is only Bob Woodward could get that stuff.